All right, everyone. Welcome to the Proving Grounds. Here we are at the range. I said I needed to go to the range and do some practicing, so I built us a practice range. You got your ammo shed, parking area, your staging area for everyone that needs to go onto the range, control tower, and 3 lanes to practice your shooting skills. But before we get into how this all works, let's learn how to build it. To help y'all with learning how to build this, I have cleared out a 9 by 25 area. The blue areas are where our main structures are going to be placed on the floor. With 1 stack of blocks, what we will start with is a 3 by 3 foundation for a fighting position, and we're going to go up 11 blocks. This 1 stack of blocks will accommodate some mistakes that you do in placing, so don't worry. And we'll finish off at the 11th block height. Go ahead and cap off. Finish off your main fighting position. And if you so desire, you can leave 1 block in the middle open for bars so that you can fight any kind of airborne attacks that you may have. Put this on face right there. Take 1 door and place it on the outside for entrance to your base. Now we just need to build our ladders to go all the way up. And keep in mind to leave a 2 block gap for zombies not to crawl up your back door. Switching back over to your solid cube blocks. Go out 5 from your main base. And on the 5th one, place 5 blocks centered. And repeat 2 more times. From your last, what we'll refer to as hurdles, go ahead and place the beginnings of a stairwell. And continue on the stairs onto the first hurdle. On the center of your first hurdle, on your second hurdle, all the way up to 11, all 5 blocks. And continue up 11 blocks on all 5 blocks for your first hurdle. Okay. Continue your stairs up. That way they meet all the way to the top of your second hurdle. Repeat on the other side. And now all zombie dogs, crawlers, anyone that cannot use a ladder can get into the lane. Break out your ladders. On your last hurdle, continue all the way up 11 blocks. On the outside of your second and first hurdle, 4 ladders down. Inside of each hurdle, get your pillar 0.025 middle and place it on the top horizontal position. And we're going to place 3 of these. Just copy rotations that it's a little bit easier. So you have your 0.025 middle pillars or poles on the top horizontal position, 3 on the inside. Cap off with a solid block. Now that this is capped off with blocks, go ahead and take your 0.025 middle poles and repeat on the outside of your first hurdle. Go ahead and make your stairs with your blocks. But continuing all the way to the support structure just above the bottom block, or the support block. On your center lane, solid blocks all the way to the end, 2 on either side. Take out your wedges, your wedge 60s, and place on the face, funneling towards your fighting position. Get out your wedge narrow tips and line the top of each lane. Continue on down with your wedge narrows. It does make it easier if you copy rotation so you don't misplace block. And finish off with your 4th wedge narrow high at the bottom of the center 3 lanes. For your fighting position, take your block of choice and place it at the bottom. Also, to keep anything from crawling up on top of you, go and place a wedge lip at the top. That's it. Even with all the mistakes that I made, this is all within a full stack 500 block build. While in your fighting position, you should have view of all 5 lanes with stairs on the outsides and ladders in the center 3. This does prevent you from seeing any zombies on which path they choose, or if they run across, if they will come up on the next ladder, so it's more random and unpredictable. Now with our little testing group out, a whole bunch of Arlenes, let's turn on the AI and get their attention. They are a little bunched up, but as you can see, they are spreading out, choosing their own path. And zombies are falling. And they are randomly falling so that you do not see which lane they're coming up. As in an actual range, you will have targets popping up at random intervals, forcing you to transition from left to right and at separate distances to acquire your target and to utilize your ammo and make your shots count. And since this is a fully open porthole, you can use any of your throwables that you so desire. And this is the basic functionality of the target range horde base. It is expandable and modular so that you can extend out the lane as long as you are not outside of the effective range of your firearms. And you can stack it side by side with a 2-block gap to prevent zombies from jumping across lanes. Now that all the technical stuff is out of the way, let's give you a quick rundown of the base on how it's going to work for the Horde night test for it. We do have our red flag up, letting everyone know that the range is hot, in case you couldn't hear the rounds being fired. Warning signs let you know that you're entering in a dangerous area. Staging area for everyone to get ready to go onto the range. Here's your ammo shed so that everyone can stock up. And right here is our control tower, or range tower, so that they can direct everyone from firing, when to be safe, when to shoot, when not to shoot. But it's just us tonight, so we'll be running everything by ourselves. So with the power, you can run all 3 lanes just with the powered doors with no problem all night. If you are running a more intensive power draw, like lane 3, you will need additional generators. Each lane does have a fighting position kind of put in here so that in case you are playing with someone else and you have friendly fire turned on, you won't be the idiot of the bunch.
My weapon's jammed. What the?
Each lane does have hatch access to the roof in case restock or resupply of your anti-air defenses is needed. Each lane's turret and spotlight is controlled by its individual switch. At the end of lane 3, there is a maintenance hatch going down to the maintenance tunnel where all power is ran for each lane and generators can be placed if preferred for more protection. There are also access ports for each lane's gap, which is 2 blocks in between each lane, so others can assist down below with grenades or weeding out the zombies trying to get to the beginning of each lane. Player level is at 71, game stage is 109. As far as gear, all gear is at tier 5 with a few mods added in. Nothing game breaking, but will assist during the horde. Each ammunition type is 6 full stacks. Throwables are 3 full stacks, minus the ones that we did for the how-to build earlier. Lane 1 does have the basic concepts and amenities that we placed on the how-to build. The only difference is that it does not have the .025 poles. Lane 1 has solid blocks for the floors in between each hurdle. We'll see how well at the end of Horde Night, how well that holds up and breaks the pathing. As you can see, the zombies are randomly coming up on different ladders. And in case you so desire, you can allow the zombies to hold on to some things for you. And you do have the risk of them coming inside with you. Let's turn off the lane. Clear out whoever is left here at the end. And the zombies are now trying to find a new path to us. Let's turn on lane 2 and allow them to come to us. As you can see with the spikes out there, that they were trying to come down the lane while we were on lane 1. Okay, we got some people trying to visit us on lane 2. And as you can see with the barbed wire and the spikes, they're trying to do their little zombie stacking and such, but with the barbed wire and the spikes, it is slowing them down, getting them a little more spread out. They do tend to favor that center path, but as you can see, they do randomly come up others. Making it a little bit more realistic for transitioning on a range. This horde base also helps reinforce round conservation and controlling your shots. And you are protected by some cop spit, as you can see. Lane 2, aside from the barbed wire and spikes, it does have the .025 poles that we placed on the how-to build. Those poles will also help in spreading out the zombies and randomizing when they come up. And to remind you, this is at Nomad difficulty with a 32 zombie count. So although it is not that difficult, it does have plenty of zombies come up down here and overwhelm you. And in case, just like we're having right now, my character is hungry. If I need a break, we can switch off the lane, eat something, switch over to lane 3. Lane 3 has additional power defenses. It has electric fences on each hurdle and a dart trap with tripwire 1 block away to assist in case you are getting overrun. As you can see, the electric fences have failed. Unfortunately, I did not account for maintaining the electric fences during Horde Night. I would advise widening out your lanes so that you can accommodate a maintenance tunnel or some way to access the electric fences and repair them through Horde Night. I do think some cop spit took out the tripwire for the dart trap, so you will want to protect that as well. For the most part, even though everything is failing on lane 3, we're still protected. And in case we decide, we can switch back over to one of the other lanes. This is not a full AFK build, so you will have to actively defend your base. And after, in the morning, all you got to do is come through, clean up everything. As you see on this first hurdle, the flat floors, because the zombies don't have a path back to the beginning of the lane, they will beat on the floor of your base and start breaking your pathing. I hope you all like the concept of this base and implement some of your own changes into it. Please take it and make it your own. I do ask that Capo, Calcius Pancake, Mr. Reach, Guns, Nerds, and Steel, Jawoodle, Pseudo Posse, anyone else that is part of the 7 Days to Die community, please take a look at this base, see what changes that you can make or improvements you see that can happen. I'd like to see them. Bye, y'all.